when I was doing the course from TJ Walker, storytelling during presentations. In the starting, he was more sort of instructional. What are the things you should take care of? What are the things in the front of the camera, and the audio, and the content, and the energy, voice modulations, then the variations, and the angle at which you need to sit, the volume, the content, the audience engagement, avoiding the conflicts, confusion, and me, and me, and me. It should be more sort of audience oriented. So in that course, after about 4 or 5 sections, there was a very special section dedicated just to the public speaking of various prominent leaders, persons who have had influence, or maybe they were pretty good in delivering their speeches, or the way they had the interest of the audience. It was such an interesting section which listed the speakers from every field. There were politicians, there were environmentalists, then there were teachers, chefs, sports person, motivational speaker. All these speakers had one thing in common, that the idea was very much central about which they wanted to speak, and it revolved around it, and they emphasized their point with the help of a story. So they were not just beating around the bushes, they were so interesting and enthralling from the minute one, that the moment they started until it ended, they had the graph of the information, exchange of information flowing in a very particular direction, and they had it expended and then concluded it very smoothly. Similarly, a few days ago I was getting the recommendation on YouTube from Matthew McConaughey. Remember? I don't know why. The guy from Interstellar, the lead. Yes. Anyways, that was just kidding. He's a great actor, and the way he speaks is really unique. And he had been promoting his channel content for the upcoming program that was titled as We Are Texas. So all the prominent artists has been invited to this show, and it's more sort of fundraising for the idea that Texas had been really mired in the excess snow and the problem with the drinking water, and many people were rendered homeless. So there were a lot many problems. So the Matthew McConaughey acted as an MC, and he was running the show, and throughout the duration he was so much engaging, and so much of voice modulation, and even the content. He was the passion in his idea, for his purpose was showing up, and he had been holding the stage for in such an elegant manner that I really commend the way he did so. Whenever someone does and speaks some content like this, I always wonder whether how they have been able to control or have a command over the content they're speaking. It's been spread for around 10 or 15 minutes, or sometimes an hour, and I don't see any teleprompter or even the cheat sheets, and they have been really wonderful with what they say. So this is what shows they have been maybe practicing with their idea, but their purpose is very much clear into their mind for which they were speaking. And I think it's just is can't be discarded as a gift, or he's the person who has been into that field, that's why he can do it. No, he had learned this skill, and that's why he can do it. I too have been dreaming of being a talk show host or the travel show host. It looks easier when easier said than done, and when we are supposed to hold the audience interest for a moment while going live, and you're just seeing the things. Of course, in reality, while the TV shows are shot, it's not in one go. there's scripting and cutting. But anyways, when there's an audition for you, for me, they'll expect me to come up with best of the fresh ideas on just seeing that thing, and that is what will make me stand out. And there's no highway for that. It has to be worked out. So all these days, I think today it's 85th day, I think, yeah, 85th day it is today. And though I have been reviewing most of the videos and have been trying to come up with me in a better position, but still, if it's not checked and balanced in a proper manner and leveled against a benchmark, it's not going to promote or give it a boost to my skill in a very efficient manner. What is most important is why someone as a speaker is so much interesting and why I'm not, how it can be. Is it the fables, is it the daily observation, and how he has been able to extract the meaning out of those incidents, stories, or real personal experiences. That's what will come with experience, practicing, mock drilling. And one thing I had been seeing a video a few days ago, and it said, I won't be explaining the entire thing, it was titled how you can be more efficient at learning the skill of what you do. One thing it said, just try thinking of imagining yourself doing such a thing in your brain actively, and believe it or not, it will be almost equal to the one you are doing physically. That's a very strong statement, because if you think you're outside and you're not being able to give yourself time at the table at which you practice, you're sitting on a chair in the office if you get the time, if you're waiting at the airport or the train station, you can still be better. What a wonderful thing it is, isn't it? So keep working with yourself. That's what I have to say at the end of every video, because that means a lot to me, to everyone else. That's all from my side today. There you go. Bye.